In this one, we'll see what would have happened to Marcus Jordan's basketball career if MJ's genes finally kicked in. Better late than never, right? Let's start off with saying Marcus wasn't a scrub. He led his high school Whitney Young to a state championship and played D1 at UCF, where he was a conference all-freshman in 2010 and second-team all-conference in 2011. He's a good shot creator and a crafty ball handler with good work ethic, so he should develop quickly. My hope is that even though God didn't give him all of his dad's physical tools, he can still inherit the killer instinct and a tough-to-guard mid-range moving fadeaway jump shot. So think of Chris Paul's game, but even more scoring-oriented. That's what I'm aiming for. That being said, he was listed at 6'3" in college, but I gave him 6'2", and I think that's pretty generous. In real life, he left UCF at the end of the 2012 season to focus on school and business. But imagine he quickly realized that was a mistake and managed to get a contract overseas with Partizan Belgrade in Serbia. And as a late bloomer, his game finally starts to come together nicely, and he's making a lot of noise in international basketball circles. Flash forward to 2014, that's peak Michael Jordan making weird moves as a GM, and here we'll say he signs his son to a 1-year contract with the Hornets. And it's not completely far-fetched to think of signing a slightly older prospect who's been killing it in the EuroLeague. Think Milos Teodosic, Pablo Prigioni, or Joe Ingles, right? Alright, so season 2014-2015, he's 24 years old, and that's his first in the league. He's 76 overall at this point, and with this 1-year deal, he wants to show he's a solid player who belongs in the league and quickly move on from Charlotte to show he's more than a Nepo baby. He's playing behind Kemba Walker, but is getting some time at shooting guard as well. In 22 minutes per game, he averages a solid 12 points, 4 rebounds, 3.5 assists, 0.6 steals, and shoots 48% from the floor. He's voted to the Rising Star game, but doesn't make an all-rookie team. Despite some ankle injuries and a few off games late in the season, I think he showed he belongs and did more than enough to secure some good offers. They finished with the 5th seed, but lose to Toronto in the first round though. So, season 2015-2016, Charlotte didn't have enough cap space, with Kemba going from his rookie contract to a proper franchise player deal. So we get offers from Dallas, New York, Atlanta, but Marcus ends up signing with Memphis. He signs for $9 million per year for 4 years, and his overall increased to 81 at this point. It's not a great team. There's a declining Zebo. Our main other really good player is Mike Conley, but he's on the last year of his contract. Maybe that's why they signed me, just in case. If he does resign over the next few years, it'll be on Mike Conley, Marcus, and a 7th pick power forward Roger Carroll to turn the team around. Here I removed an arm sleeve, changed his Jordan 12s because I think those are ugly, to Jordan 6s, higher socks, and team colored leg sleeves. He wore number 5 before, but that was taken, so he's number 4 now. He actually has an incredible second season. In 23 minutes, he manages to drop 15 points, 4 rebounds, 4.5 assists, 0.8 steals, and shoots 50% from the floor. That's pretty insane for a guard. But hey, he's got Michael Jordan's DNA, right? Unfortunately, he breaks an ankle with 3 games left on the season, and we end up losing to the Blazers in the first round. So we're at season 2016-2017. His overall is now an 86. His mid-range and 3-point shooting are both an A+, and his IQ is an A rating. So we're catching up quickly to Mike Conley, but he's still in his prime and starting over us. Mid-season, with the chemistry boost, I think we're both at an 88 overall, and we're both playing stupidly well. The team is doing amazing. Mike Conley is on a 5-year, $72 million contract, so I see either coach starts playing Marcus at shooting guard, or maybe there's a trade coming eventually. In 25 minutes, off the bench, Marcus racks up 15 points, 4.4 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 steal, and shoots an incredible 52% from the floor and 45% from 3, which wins us 6 Men of the Year. We finished number 1 in the West. We narrowly beat the Kings in 7 because honestly we just don't have a proper center. We get another tiring 7-game series win on the Jazz, probably for the same reason. But then in the conference finals, the Conley-Jordan backcourt duo comes to life and is just way too much for an OKC team who lost KD in the free agency last summer. We go on to play Miami in the finals, and despite a crafty veteran D-Wade who still has a lot in the tank, we show why we got the best guards in the league. And thanks to Roderick Harrell's hustle inside, Marcus Jordan wins his first NBA championship and is voted Finals MVP. Alright, we're at season 2017-2018. Marcus Jordan is now 27 years old, and we start the season at an 88 overall. He strayed away from the Jordan brand, maybe beefing with his dad or something, and got Nike to make him a custom baby blue and yellow colorway of the Hyperfuse. He's a full-on killer now, probably one of the most unguardable mid-range scorers in the league at this point, and he was pissed he didn't make the All-Star game, as he should, and went crazy in the last stretch of the season, ending with an average of 19 points per game, 5.5 rebounds, 7 assists, 1.1 steal, and shot 53% from the floor, all career highs. We finished 4th in the West, but lose to the Suns in the first round, with our only good big man injured. We have to get a better front court. Season 2018-2019, our overall is 88 again, and it finally happened. Mike Conley got traded for Steven Adams and a promising young forward. I think that could fix our postseason issues, plus we have lots of good young shooting guards to support Marcus Jordan in the backcourt. He hits career high numbers in every category, averaging 20 points per game, 6 rebounds, 8.6 assists, 1.4 steals, all while shooting 51% from the floor. And that gets him his first All-Star game. He also makes the All-NBA third team. This is also his contract year, just something to keep in mind. But we get a severe ankle sprain just before the end of the season, and also 2 of our shooting guards are hurt as well. We go into the postseason with the first seed, but we get upset by the 8th seed Sun. I'll just chalk it up to the injuries, but damn. Alright, so season 2019-2020, he's now 29 years old and signs a new 4-year max contract with Orlando. As their new star player, he's expected to carry a very deep team with skilled bigs. His overall is 87 right now. I don't know if he reconnected with his dad or something, but started wearing number 23 with Jordan 1s. He had a decent first season with the Magic and narrowly makes the All-Star team, dropping 17.4 points per game, 5 rebounds, 8 assists, and 1 steal. Shooting is super efficient, as always, 50% from the floor and 43% from 3. Finished 7th in the East, but he breaks his ankle in practice just before the playoffs start. There's been enough of these ankle injuries that when it's all said and done, it's actually had a significant impact on his career. So even without Marcus Jordan, we somehow beat a 2nd seed Wizard team in 7 games. We then miraculously breezed past the KD, Joel Embiid Philly team. It's an all-team effort. 7 players are scoring in double digits in the playoffs so far. But then eventually, we get what's coming, and we lose to the Cavs in the Eastern Finals, as we should. We're now in the 2020-21 season. Our overall dropped to 83, which is mostly injury related. His physicals rating went from a C to a D+, but his shooting and mid-range game are still unstoppable. It's not like he's washed or anything. I got this pretty sick driving dunk, so he still has something left in the tank on a good night. He finished the season averaging 14 points per game, 4 rebounds, 7 assists, and 1 steal, shooting 52% from the floor, but misses a big chunk of the season with a foot stress fracture. Coach is starting to reduce his minutes to keep him healthy. The playoffs, we start the offseason with an upset revenge win against the Cavs. Marcus isn't scoring much at this point, but lots of assists. We then get past the Nets in 6, but the Jabari Parker-led Bucks are way too much for us to handle, and we lose in the conference finals. Alright, so this is season 2021-2022. Marcus is 31 years old at this point, and his overall dropped to a 78. It was on and off last season, but now he's fully not starting. Keep in mind, he still has 2 $17 million seasons left in his deal, which no team in the entire league is interested in. so the magic is stuck with him. On top of it, he fractured his leg mid-season and would miss 4 months. His season averages are 9.7 points per game, 3 rebounds, 5 assists, 0.4 steals, and still shooting an efficient 46% from the floor, but we don't make the playoffs. And season 2022-2023, his overall is now a 73. At this point, he can't really keep up with his younger teammates. It's kind of sad that he's on his last $17 million year, not playing a single minute. He's the third point guard, and even if we switch him to the 2, he'd be the third shooting guard as well. The Magic can't trade him because no one's interested, but also it doesn't really make sense for them to keep this constantly injured vet on the team who for sure won't be part of their future. So they waive him, and he'd remain a free agent for the rest of the season. I think it makes sense no team would sign an injury-prone, aging, ball-dominant point guard. Like an older 3-and-D guy can be serviceable, but you wouldn't want your offense going through Marcus Jordan at this point. I guess I'll just assume he won't get signed again and call it quits now. He still had a decent career in my opinion, with a 6-man award, 2 All-Star appearances, and leading Memphis to its first NBA championship with Mike Conley. He might get his number retired there, who knows. If you enjoyed, please subscribe so you don't miss the next ones. I have some classic busts in mind, but also some more obscure players I want to look into, so stay tuned. Peace.